Hey people, it's Nias talking. Now this is another video about manhood rituals for black boys and men. Now what inspired this was a video I was seeing where it talked about how in a meritocracy, people who have gone to all these elite schools ultimately have never experienced failure. They've never experienced humility. So the whole purpose of this is to teach those values. So it's relatively simple. It would work like this. So let's say you would get 10 black boys about age 16. Now you would take them to the woods and they'd have to do something. Maybe they would have to produce a cabin or cut down a tree or do something that ultimately cannot be done by one person, or at the very least not done properly. And the idea is whoever can do it would receive a reward. Let's say if this is in the US, $1,000. Now, ultimately they will try and they will fail individually. They cannot do it. It's just set up that way. However, they could do it if they pool their resources, work together, and achieve it. That is a teaching of lesson. First off, that you are not Superman, that you cannot do everything by yourself. And the second lesson, trust in your brothers to help you. If you trust them and work together, you'll be able to do it. Because I've heard this said time and time again, black men do not trust each other. So the whole point is to trust one another. And the third task would be to put aside your own desires, your own greed, and your own wanting for recognition, and to share that. So if you all 10 boys work together, say the reward would be split 10 ways, and everyone would be rewarded. So that would be the purpose of the manhood ritual. And people might say, how much would this work? Well, all children and all people are taught by their life experiences. So going through this would be a lesson in principle and in practice of the importance of working together. They would see physically and firsthand they cannot do it. It would humble them because we're all young at some point and we all think we're invincible, we can do everything. Seeing that for ourselves would be a very humbling experience and make us have more empathy and more compassion for other people when we realize ourselves that we are limited as well. And also it relates to something, I think, about an African-centered principle which they called Ubuntu, which supposedly translates as I am because we are. We're all together. We're all one. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.